protesters are fast-moving.
Unlike other big rallies,
Earlier at about 7 a.m., a group from the Coast Guard. Welcome to #PH-Vote 2013.
Today on Rappler, the government and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front resumed talks to discuss decommissioning of arms.
President Aquino merely confined himself to influence the outcome of the impeachment trial last year. He did not commit a crime.
Senator Santiago says President Aquino did not commit any crime in his supposed attempt to influence the Corona trial. And UN Chief Ban Ki-moon excludes Iran in peace talks with Syria. Hello, I'm Maria Ressa. Welcome to Rappler, your social news network. The government and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, or MILF, will resume negotiations Wednesday in Kuala Lumpur to discuss the sensitive issue of decommissioning of arms under a peace agreement that aims to end 4 decades of armed struggle in Mindanao. Under the Annex on Normalization, the MILF will decommission arms in a, quote, gradual and phased manner. The MILF also wants government troops to lead the dismantling of private armed groups in Mindanao. MILF Chief Negotiator Mohagher Iqbal says, as the MILF decommissions its arms, the government will also gradually decommission government troops as well as private armed groups in the area while the Bangsamoro government is being set up. Aside from the Annex on Normalization, both sides will also discuss a deal on Bangsamoro waters. It was left as an addendum when they signed the power-sharing annex in December. Iqbal says Bangsamoro waters would be defined as an area up to 22 kilometers from the shoreline, which is 7 kilometers more than municipal waters under the current law. The MILF wants a zone of cooperation to be established in the area, which covers the Moro Gulf and the Sulu Sea. Once both sides sign the Normalization Annex and the addendum on Bangsamoro waters, the only document left is the final peace pact. The Supreme Court on Tuesday begins oral arguments on the controversial rate hike of the Manila Electric Company, or Meralco. The court temporarily stopped the 4 peso 15 centavo per kilowatt-hour rate increase following petitions against the hike. Meralco blames simultaneous outages of power plants for the rate hike, saying it was forced to source more expensive power from plants that use diesel. Bayan Muna Representative Nery Colmenares says the Energy Regulatory Commission, or ERC, committed grave abuse of discretion when it approved the rate hike without a hearing and investigation. He also says generation companies, quote, exploited the situation by making high bids at the wholesale electricity spot market, or WISM. Colmenares says Thermomobile, which has an existing contract with Meralco, made bids of 62 pesos per kilowatt-hour in the spot market, pushing up the price of electricity Meralco bought in WISM. But Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno says more evidence on this alleged collusion is needed. The lawyer of Senator Bong Revilla says pork barrel scam whistleblower Ben-Hur Luy faked the senator's letter to the Commission on Audit, or COA, confirming the authenticity of his signatures. This comes a day after Revilla denied his involvement in the multi-billion peso pork barrel scam in an hour-long privileged speech. Revilla cited Luy's admission of faking lawmakers' signatures upon the instructions of alleged scam mastermind Janet Lim Napoles. In a television interview Tuesday, Revilla's lawyer Joel Bodegon says the confirmation letter was part of the documents Luy faked. Bodegon refers to a letter Revilla sent to COA in July 2011, stating that the signatures in pork barrel documents belonged to him and his staff. The National Bureau of Investigation, or NBI, cited this confirmation letter in its blunder complaint against Revilla. Revilla is accused of siphoning his pork barrel to Napoles' fake NGOs in exchange for kickbacks. Bodegon says a handwriting expert found Revilla's signature in the supposed confirmation letter is a forgery. He adds they should not treat that letter as binding against Senator Bong because it is fake, void confirmation. Senator Miriam Santiago says President Benigno Aquino did not commit a crime when he met with senators during the impeachment trial of former Chief Justice Renato Corona. Santiago is responding to allegations raised by Senator Bong Revilla, where he accused Aquino of meddling in the case by personally asking him, a senator judge, to vote for Corona's conviction. Aquino confirms the meeting, saying he wanted to address reports about certain groups pressuring senators to influence the trial. But the president says he only asked Revilla to decide the case on its merits. Aquino adds he also met with 3 other senators, Jinggoy Estrada, TG Gingona, and Ralph Recto. Aquino says it would have been very irresponsible not to counter the pressures being done. In a statement Tuesday, Santiago says Aquino's meeting with Revilla was not illegal and could not be used as grounds for impeachment.
If President Aquino merely confined himself to influence the outcome of the impeachment trial last year, he did not commit a crime. But if he bribed the senator judges to convict the accused, then he is guilty of bribery as prohibited by law and as a ground for his own impeachment under the Constitution.
Santiago adds it's not illegal for Aquino to try and influence the individual senator judges of the impeachment trial.
It is not a crime for the president to try to influence the outcome because an impeachment trial is both legal and political in nature. It is illegal for the president to try to influence the courts because of the principle of independence of the judiciary. But it is legal for the president to try and influence the senator judges because he is the nominal head of his political party, and within bounds he has the right to protect his political survival.
The Supreme Court on Tuesday starts the probe on Sandiganbayan Justice Gregory Ong, who is linked to alleged pork barrel scam mastermind Janet Napoles. During a Senate hearing on the scam, whistleblowers say Ong visited Napoles' office during the period she reportedly bribed public officials. In October last year, the Supreme Court ordered Ong and 4 lawyers to explain their ties with Napoles. Ong also acquitted Napoles of her alleged involvement in the 2001 Kevlar helmet case. The United Nations says the Philippine economy will grow above 6% until 2015, despite the massive devastation from Typhoon Yolanda or Haiyan in late 2013. In its World Economic Situation and Prospects 2014 report released Tuesday, the UN says that while the typhoon brought death and widespread destruction, its macroeconomic impact was, quote, relatively limited. The Philippines grew 7% during the third quarter of 2013, slower than 7.7% during the first quarter and 7.6% during the second quarter. The UN projects a 6.2% growth in 2014 and 6.3% in 2015. United Nations head Ban Ki-moon excludes Iran from peace talks with Syria after it refused to back moves to end the Syrian war. The talks start in Switzerland Wednesday. Ban was forced to act after the Syrian opposition threatened to withdraw from the talks if Iran takes part. Iran supports Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, who refuses to step down from his dictatorial regime. But Russia, a key sponsor of the peace talks and an Assad ally, says Iran's absence would be a, quote, unforgivable mistake. Thailand on Tuesday declares a state of emergency in Bangkok and surrounding areas to deal with the mass protests against the government. Thailand's Deputy Prime Minister Surapong Tavichakchakhul says the cabinet decided to invoke the emergency decree to, quote, take care of the situation and to enforce the law. Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra has faced months of street rallies from protesters who want to install an unelected People's Council in her place. Well, let's now look at Rappler's Wrap for today, a list of the 10 most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. At number 5, as the Winter Olympics in Russia draws near, police hand out flyers warning about a female terror suspect believed to be in the city. The flyers identify Ruzana Ibragimova, described as the widow of a member of a militant group from the Caucasus region. On Sunday, a video posted on a jihadist website shows 2 young men threatening the games next month. The 2 are believed to be suicide bombers in last month's Volgograd twin blasts. Russian President Vladimir Putin says the Sochi Olympics will be safe, but a U.S. official says warships and aircraft are on standby to evacuate American officials and athletes if needed. At number 7, animal rights group Sea Shepherd Conservation Society says more than 200 dolphins captured in Japan's Taiji Cove will likely be killed in an annual event marking Taiji's dolphin hunting season. In a live stream, the dolphins, including babies and a rare albino calf, are shown frantically trying to escape nets as fishermen close in on them. Local officials defend the hunting of dolphins as tradition and accuse the conservation group of using the issue to raise funds. The prefectural government allows more than 2,000 dolphins and porpoises for the hunt this year. And at number 10, European space probe Rosetta wakes from a 31-month hibernation to explore a comet on Monday. Rosetta is Europe's most ambitious space mission. It aims to probe a comet in August 2014 and carry out experiments that might reveal details on the solar system's origin. Rosetta was placed in hibernation in June 2011 because at that moment, it was too far to be powered by the sun. For the full top 10, visit Rappler.com's The Wrap. Every story on Rappler has a mood meter, which gives you 8 emotions to choose from. Click how you feel and your vote comes down to the mood navigator in the middle of the front page. That crowdsources the mood of the day. It also gives you the top 10 stories that have gotten the most number of votes on the mood meter. These 10 stories have affected our readers and viewers the most. If you take a look today, it is a bright and angry red letter day. It is very red. You see 8 of these 10 stories are actually about Bong Revilla's speech yesterday. The other 2 is this one, Spain's new cardinal. Homosexuality is a defect. You have 39% happy and 49% angry. And today, the International RH Conference, a reminder to Supreme Court justices, a large 80% angry. The Bong Revilla and these 2 stories, the top 10 stories of the day, the mood of the day. Today, most people are angry. Well, that is Rappler's newscast for today, Tuesday, January 21, 2014. Visit Rappler.com and watch our newscast Monday to Friday. Tell us how you feel on our mood meter and help us crowdsource the mood of the day. I'm Maria Ressa. As we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today. We leave you with Senator Miriam Santiago's jokes about politicians and pork barrel from Tuesday's Philippine Psychiatric Association meeting.
Dok, tulungan mo po ako. Tuwing nakakatagka po ako ng pork barrel, hindi ko mapigilan ang sarili ko na nakawin ito. Nagigilty po ako at nadidepress ng malala at matagal dahil dito. Ang sabi ng psychiatrist, sige, tutulungan kitang magkaroon ng self-control para hindi ka magnakaw sa taong bayan. Sumagot ang politiko, Dok, wag po! Gusto kong tulungan niyo ako para hindi na ako mag-guilty at ma-depress. Ganito daw ang menu ng automated answering machine ng mental health hotline. If you are obsessive-compulsive, press 1 repeatedly. If you are codependent, please ask someone to press 2 for you. If you have multiple personalities, press 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you are paranoid, we know who you are and what you want. Stay on the line so we can trace your call. If you are delusional, press 7 and your call will be transferred to the alien mothership. If you are schizophrenic, listen carefully and a small voice will tell you which number to press. If you are a manic depressive, it does not matter which number you press. No one will answer. If you have amnesia, press 8 and state your name, address, telephone number, date of birth, credit card details, email address, and your Facebook password. If you have short-term memory loss, press 9. If you have short-term memory loss, press 9. Self-esteem, please hang up. All operators are too busy to talk to you. If you are a politician, please hang up. There's no hope for you.